Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Emerging Aquaculture Innovation webinar. We're broadcasting here today from the RDI Hub down in Killorgan in Kerry, and this is where we're going to be running the BIM Innovation Studio October 11th to the 22nd.
And got involved with a couple of colleagues in setting up Identigen out of startup out of Trinity College. And as I say, that was certainly a longer and more exciting and interesting journey than probably we envisaged over a few pints in the local hostelry there around Trinity. Richard, I'm sure you frequented on occasion.
Oh, I deny it.
And to achieve that successfully, you need to go through rounds of fundraising. And we raised some initial seed capital, which helped, I guess, get us off the ground, pay for some R&D and commercialization activity. And then went through a number of rounds of venture capital in terms of trying to grow and internationalize the business.
So I'm founder and CEO. We're spinning out in 4 weeks on the 1st of September, and we have money secured, but we're still applying for additional seed funding, and it's been very exciting.
And I think that's the thing. These things are a long journey, as I think Ronan has alluded to. These things don't happen overnight. And I think this is where the Hatch team come in to actually give you, help leapfrog along that thing. After
having been in the Hatch workshop was that we actually didn't need the other accelerators, which was a bit liberating because we got to work kind of started straight away. And Aqualicense grew from being a company with 2 employees at the time and an idea to now being over 10 full-time employed.
So I would say that we are at the same level of technology and innovation as land animal breeding now. So it is quite an achievement in the past 30 years or so.
To start off, any company, you need funding, and to have that aquaculture fund available, I think is going to put Ireland in a unique place. Because that's this, you have the training platform here, yourselves, BIM, Hatch, and then getting people together is great because none of us have an aquaculture background. So getting people together in that kind of incubation, coming up with ideas, helping to set up programs, and then giving them the funding to be able to do that. I think I think fish health and welfare is the area that I'm working in. And I think most people will agree that it's an area that has to grow.
So we decided to be very innovative, or it was the only resort left to us was to use a DNA tagging system. And now that has become the norm in all aquaculture breeding programs around the world.
The BIM Aquatech Innovation Studio is completely non-equity and free and funded by BIM. It runs for 2 weeks from the 11th to the 22nd of October. Closing date for applications is the 10th of September. It will be full-time Monday to Friday here at the RDI Hub in Kerry. As you've already seen, 2 of the panelists have come through the Innovation Studio, so you can see the strong caliber that is produced from the Innovation Studios. But from what we find with these Innovation Studios, it's probably only 50% of these people who come on to these that have an aquaculture or an aquatech background. These people are engineers, they're IT experts, data analysts. So as you'll see from this slide, there's a lot of categories on here that you wouldn't normally associate traditionally with aquaculture.
To be honest, the world is your oyster really when it comes to aquaculture right now. You could do anything. And I think that's one of the things that can become overwhelming when you're a startup in the aquaculture sector. There's so many ideas from so many different corners. But I do think that if you're somebody considering a career in aquaculture or a new startup in aquaculture, being able to link in with programs like Hatch and BIM, and mainly with those people who are already growing seafood in the sector, being able to garner insight from them. What are their problems? What are the problems they need fixed right now? What are they willing to pay for? Can really result in some wonderful companies, as you'll have heard from today. They're my